Welcome to NHL Draft Pros. On today's video, we're going to take an early look at Roger McQueen. We're going to go through some videos and see what makes him one of the top prospects for the 2025 NHL Draft class. And if you want to see some other highlight videos on some of the prospects, head over to NHL Draft Pros on YouTube. So go check that out. And can you please help the channel grow by hitting that subscribe and like button? I'd really appreciate it. All right, Roger McQueen, the first thing that stands out is that he is 6'5", and the NHL love big centermen like him. And last year, playing in the WHL, he had 51 points in 53 games, so not bad for the youngster playing in Brandon. So let's check out some highlights, and the first thing that you'll notice is that he's got some pretty soft hands for a big kid. Check this little cut to the middle there, and then he rifles it home. Now, the thing with McQueen, in a lot of these rankings, they have him, top 10, top 5. Reading Bob McKenzie's rankings, they said that one scout had him ranked as a top prospect in his draft, number 1. Now, I don't see it, but he is definitely going to be, talked at. Look at that little nifty move and pass. Oh, my God. When you're 6'5" and you got some skill and you're a half-decent skater like McQueen is, like check out this little move right here, you're going to get a lot of looks and you're going to get talked about a lot, especially in your draft year. So McQueen has, been a top prospect in this draft class for a while now. So this year, if he can have himself a nice season, he's going to dart up the draft board for sure. At this moment, I still think that James Higgins is the number 1 prospect. So we got to, wait and see how the season progresses, but definitely McQueen is going to be one of the top picks for sure. And the thing with, McQueen is, like I said, his skating is decent for a big player especially, but could use some work on his acceleration and his explosiveness. It takes a little bit for him to get going, but once he gets going, he can motor. And he's got some nice soft hands around the net, and you like to see that, especially in a big player. So good hands, able to protect the puck, obviously, due to his size. Like, look at this little move right here. See how he drives the net? He's got that motor that, right. Look at this. Watch this. Just kind of protects the puck, shields the puck, and he cuts it in the net and he buries it. So yeah, he's not afraid to get into those dirty areas, as they say. And he's also good at creating space in the offensive zone. So you like to see that in a big player who can, read the ice well, I guess you could say. And the other thing that he's good at, he's pretty good on the PP. He's got, he comes off the half wall or he plays the bumper, and, those big kids are hard to move out the puck. So that one squeaks by there. And that's a nice element to have when you're, 6'5". So like, check out that little pass right there. Yep. Definitely he's got some IQ. In terms of players, who we consider him, I consider him like a Connor Geekie, who got drafted a couple of years ago. That's who he kind of reminds me of watching his play. And, obviously Connor Geekie went really high in that draft, and it was a pretty stacked draft. So yeah, McQueen's going to go high, especially he's having a decent season already in Brandon. Check out this. So these are all highlights from 23-24 season. And then eventually we'll get into the scouting reports where I'll have more newer clips, obviously. But yeah, he's doing really well this year so far, and you like to see that, and it's going to help his draft stock for sure. Now, I hope that he gets a little more consistent. There are times when he a couple games where you don't hear from him for a while, but then he'll come out and he'll get 3-4 points. So consistency is an issue. Like I said, I'm hoping a little bit better on the explosiveness and the acceleration. But his skating is good, like mechanically speaking. He's got some good edge work and stuff like that. And then watch this little goal right here, back door, and boom, it's in the net. Roger McQueen in the right spot at the right time, and he buries it. But when you're 6'5", like I said, he's got the tools, and the NHL, they love, 6'3+ centermen. Yep, he's gonna go a little bit higher. Like say Higgins is 5'11", and that's gonna be a little bit of a problem for him. Not a problem, but it's gonna affect his ranking sometimes. And so you know what? Like let's say like someone like Porter Martone or Roger McQueen, they tear it up this year, and Higgins, has a okay season. there's potential for one of these guys to get, move ahead of him, I guess you could say. Now, personally, I don't see McQueen being that person, but Martone possibly could be. But McQueen definitely, he's got all the, attributes that you want in a hockey player. And look at this in front of the net, little tip in, good hand-eye coordination right there. That's another thing. You can't move him from in front of the net. Once he gets posts up in front of the net, forget about it. Like, look at how big he is compared to some of those players there, right? And nice little hand-eye there, little tip in. Thank you very much. And then the last clip here is at the U18s. And you're going to see how he enters his zone, creates space. Look at that. Waits a little bit and then drops it to McKenna. And obviously McKenna just buries it. Wow. That's a player that I can't wait to see in 2026. But look at this. See that nice little play there? A little smart heads up play, creating space, and then boom, it's in the net. So yeah, Roger McQueen. Looking forward to the season for him. And that's it for this video. So please subscribe, hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. And we'll see you soon. Cheers.